a shelter for my soul, an understanding of the greater plan. In these walls I've seen the light of love pure and divine. Helps me remember who I really am. In every face it's clear, we're all God's children here. And it feels like home, it feels like home. Finally found a place where I belong. It feels like home, it feels like home. A family that I can call my own. It feels like home. It's a place to share your burden. It's safe to shed a tear, say a prayer and raise your voice in song, where every heart is honored and every path is true. No one's here to judge you right or wrong, and there's no shame, no sin in this place where love begins. And it feels like home, it feels like home. I finally found a place where I belong. It feels like home, it feels like home. A family that I can call my own. It feels like home.
I invite you now to join me in creating a place of peace and awareness. Through my breath, I open from within to create spaciousness inside. My heart opens and my mind quiets to receive. Together we recognize, we celebrate, we experience the interconnected web of all things, each of us a part of a living whole. The universal source energy moves through, around, between, and as each of us now, we feel into that. Separations fade. This morning, I relish freedom, born in such spaciousness. In this open space, I choose acceptance over struggle, releasing what I don't control. I choose learning over suffering, and I ask, what is mine to know? Today, I choose risk and creativity over shrinking. I step into strength and courage, freeing myself from perceived limitations, mine or another's. Together, we create a field for empowerment, acceptance, encouragement, love, and remembering. And we draw on the power of this field, individually and collectively, becoming a larger vessel for love's expression. This morning, I relish freedom. And so it is.
It feels like home. I finally found a place where I belong. It feels like home. It feels like home. A family that I can call my own. It feels like home. It feels like home. Finally found a place where I belong. It feels like home. It feels like home. A family that I can call my own. It feels like home.
Rivers hardly ever run in a straight line. Rivers are willing to take 10,000 meanders and enjoy everyone and grow from everyone. And when they leave a meander, they are always more than when they entered it. When rivers meet an obstacle, they do not try to run over it. They merely go around, but they always get to the other side. Rivers accept things as they are, conform to the shape they find the world in. Yet, nothing changes things more than rivers. Rivers move, even mountains, into the sea. Rivers hardly ever are in a hurry. Yet, is there anything more likely to reach the point it set out for than a river?
I am a child of the living God, made in the image of perfect love. All that I am, all I've been given to you, my God, I surrender. I surrender. I am a child of the living God, made in the image of perfect love. All that I am, all I've been given to you, my God, I surrender. I surrender. Look who's back.
Good morning, everybody. It is an honor and pleasure to be here. I'm delighted to be here. Stacy and John are with 8 of our YOUers. Our high school kids are at a local camp with kids from 4 or 5 other states. So they'll be back this afternoon, and I'm just delighted to be here filling in for her. In addition to continuing to volunteer here with Youth and Family Ministries, I'm also continuing to volunteer on a regional level with helping to organize some of the regional events that the kids go to. So I'm still plugged in, and for those of you who have been asking, I'm still working on getting my ducks in a row towards graduate school. So that is coming soon. So thank you.
Thank you for being our family. Thank you for being our friend. Thank you for blessing and teaching us. God bless you. Amen. All that I am, all I've been given to you, my God, I surrender.
Well, fun to see Michelle back with us. I guess she never really got too far away. Welcome. I'm so glad to see each one of you here today. Unity really sees a divine spark in each person, so all you have to do really is walk through the door and come on in and sit down, and you've added a little light and a little vitality to our gathering here. Thank you for being with us this morning. We welcome everyone to our community. Little is required of you, really. Most of us have brought a desire to learn and to grow and to enrich our lives and to make the world around us a little bit better place through the fellowship of finding others here, kind of walking the same walk. You might find that we love our questions as much as we love our answers. We come from all backgrounds, and we welcome you, no matter the particulars of your history, your life experience, or your current circumstances. I've been doing a little fall house cleaning, and I stumbled upon something in a closet that reminded me of you and me and all of us together. Can you kind of see my oversized diamond here? Would that it were real. I worked with children for many years, and so this was a little prop for me. Sometimes in a small group, I might circle up and say, you know, people, we're kind of like diamonds in the rough. And when we find our gifts that we carry inside of us, we begin to shine in the world. And then we would pause and we'd go digging, and sometimes we'd help each other. Sometimes someone would be able to say, well, I work hard. And so we could say, wow, you really, you know how to persevere. Or someone else might point out, I saw you help your friend when she fell down on the playground. You're a very kind person. And it works that way too. We can help each other identify and notice our gifts. Grown-ups, of course, are just really big kids. So I think it works the same way for us. And I don't think we ever get too old not to find, oh, maybe another little gift or facet there that I hadn't seen before, or to, have to kind of polish it up a little bit. And then there is this idea that we are all a gemstone together as a community. In fact, I really think of this community as quite a gem. It's one of the reasons I like standing up here, because I look out here and I see this sea of faces, I could say facets, of this one big gem that is unity in Lynnwood. In community, we are learning to shine our gifts in harmony with each other. If you're rather new to unity in Lynnwood, please come, bring your gifts, and add your shine to our gemstone. Very nice to have you here today. I want to invite everyone to our Friendship Hall following service for refreshments. This happens to be Youth and Family Ministry Sunday, and that group, which will be providing our refreshments, has become known for being very creative. So I don't know what they have set up for us on a Halloween or an October weekend, but it might have something to do with Halloween. I don't know. I'll meet you there. We'll find out. All donations that are given at the refreshment counter will support our Youth and Family Ministries events and activities that help sponsor things like what Stacy and the gang are doing this weekend. As we hear those children tell us, those are very enriching experiences. So a wonderful way that we can support that work. Affirmative prayer, a basic tool of unity, can be thought of as the conscious movement of thought. And I use the phrase conscious movement of thought to distinguish affirmative prayer from, well, we could say gerbil wheel thoughts. You know, that kind of thoughts that sometimes they come out of nowhere, they pretty much go nowhere, at least pretty much nowhere we really want to go. Well, those kinds of thoughts are very disempowering. We are empowered by conscious movement of thought, and we can do that with our unity tools of affirmative prayer and denials. Dr. Emily Cady, who wrote a core text for Unity and New Thought, noticed, this is a quote, each person looks at the same world and sees things according to the size of the aperture through which he or she is looking, end of her quote. I guess we could call that our perceptual filters, those thoughts and beliefs that we hold in our minds. Sometimes we know it, sometimes we don't. Implied here is what our co-founders, the Fillmores, showed us. We can add quality to our lives, making them richer, fuller, more satisfying through the conscious movement of thought, changing our aperture, those old faulty beliefs, through the use of denials and affirmative prayer. To help us explore prayer better and to better use these tools, Unity in Lynnwood has a whole team of prayer chaplains, and they help us in many ways. They're here at the front of the sanctuary on either side at the end of every service. So if you'd like a time of one-on-one personal prayer, please come and find one of our prayer chaplains. They're always honored to meet with us. And then during the week, they do a variety of things. They take the prayers that we offer them on Sunday in writing, prayer slips right in the back of the chairs there. If you have a prayer you'd like to write, just write it on a slip and put it in the offering basket. They also attend the confidential prayer line available to us any time of any day, and also the website where we can go to the prayer link and leave a prayer request there. I would like to acknowledge any prayer chaplains, the prayer chaplains who are here with us for this service today. Would you stand, please, prayer chaplains? Thank you very much. We so appreciate your support for all of us. Affirmations are another unity tool. Linda Martella Whitsett, very well-respected unity minister and leader, wrote, quote, we determine our experience moment by moment by our choice of thought. And she also mentioned we mostly do this unconsciously. Affirmations as a tool allow us to direct thought, that creative substance, with conscious intention. So each week we'll share an affirmation together. It's a little bit like putting fuel in the tank for the upcoming week. I'm going to read today's affirmation out loud while you can see it on the screen behind me, and I'll invite you to stand and we'll share it together. The entire universe conspires for my growth, development, and unfoldment. Please stand if that works for you. Ready? The entire universe conspires for my growth, development, and unfolding. Let's take a moment and say hi to each other while we're on our feet.
I wanna live my life unapologetically. I wanna take advantage of all I ought to be. I wanna show the world my potentiality. Wanna do it now, not eventually. Flat out, wide open, all in and out loud. One vow, unbroken, one life, right now. Flat out, wide open, all in and out loud. One vow, unbroken, one life, right now. So many of you have probably heard this song before. It's one of my favorites, but it starts with a chant, Ang Sang Wahe Guru, which is a oneness mantra, so you're welcome to sing along. And you'll also have a opportunity to do a call and response, so you'll get to sing in an echo with me. Ang Sang Wahe Guru, Ang Sang Wahe Guru, Ang Sang Wahe Waheguru. May the light of 1,000 suns shine through. Live the life of grace that you were meant to. May the light of 1,000 suns shine through. Live the life of grace that you were meant to. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Carry the light of God's love into this world. Be the open heart the earth longs for. Carry the light of God's love into this world. Be the open heart the earth longs for. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? In your heart, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? In your heart, can you feel it? Open your heart, open your heart. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Open your heart, open your heart. I can feel it, I can feel it. Sang Waheguru, Ang 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 Sang Waheguru.
Shelf life, and that is that in the Western world we tend to have a long discussion about the grand meal. We describe it in its great detail, while in the Eastern mind they simply tend to taste the meal. This offered as the difference between Western religiosity and Eastern religiosity. We tend to talk about it. The Eastern mind tends to taste it. I delight in an experience like that because I feel like, oh, did we just taste something really delicious? Good morning. Oh, let's see. What will I be saying today? Your local humanitarian outreach ministry is sponsoring a blood drive right here at Unity in Lynnwood. If you have yet to register or to donate and you desire to do so, you're welcome to register at the Welcome and Information Station. At least at 9 o'clock, there were a few spots still available. They will be able to give you the status of that. Also, a men's clothing drive begins in November, the first 3 Sundays. We are invited to bring new underwear, new being in the package. Thank you. Yeah, this would probably not be the new or newer category. New underwear, socks, and or gently used pants, jeans, shirts, and jackets, the first 3 Sundays of November. This will benefit those who enjoy the services of Everett Gospel Mission. Membership renewal. If you are an active, eligible member of Unity in Lynnwood and desire to remain as such, please check the box next to your name on forms located at the Welcome and Information Station. If you are not certain about your status at Unity in Lynnwood and you desire to know, please engage an ambassador to do some fact-finding for you. Indeed, your 11 o'clock ambassador does have the answer to all perplexing, paradoxical questions of the human life. Her name is Nan Allen. She's so noble. I mean, just make up a question. Just make it up. You won't be sorry. Thank you for your gift of service, Nan Allen. And oh, last Sunday, how I was with you by virtue of our amazing online community as Sam Whitney. Sam Whitney and Dr. Tom Curley and Brian Gillum and our own Nan Allen and of course Reverend Karuna Duval. Were you here? And what woo. And Ann Bradford, thank you. What an honor it is to work with this, to work and to walk with this collection of noble souls. Thank you for your gifts. Men's retreat, there are 9 spots available, November 2 through 4. The cost is $149 for 3 days. This is facilitated by the Reverend Michael Bogar. If you have not yet experienced Michael Bogar, he is indeed a remarkable gift. I highly recommend your consideration. Registration is available online. As I've said in the preceding weeks, it's challenging to live at home for $50 a day. Oh, Shelley Oberman, thank you. Our noble trustee and gifted photographer, par elegance, has offered an auction item for bid at the annual gala. It is entitled, take a deep breath with me, The Men of Unity in Lynnwood. Now, before you jump to inappropriate conclusions, this is a tasteful, fun wink at an old idea. This calendar will be produced for 2020. We have 11 pages left that will be auctioned off. What? No, it'll be 2020. That says 2019. It's for this year's auction. We will be producing it in 2019. It's for a 2020 production. And what I would have you know, there are 11 pages left that will be auctioned off during the auction. If you would like to have one, you simply may bid on it. If someone else thinks you should have one, and they purchase it for you, it's really quite simple. You just pay more to get out of it. You just pay more to get out. All of our models will be featured doing something they love. Perhaps it will have an inspiring quote on the page. What a great idea. Shelley, thank you for your giftedness. Our first model for this calendar is, of course, our own Tim Vokes. I still love the jacket. Yeah, that's true. You know, I don't know. Yeah, that's a July-looking photo. I don't know. That's very July-ish. Oh, I love this place. So I was in my office a couple weeks ago, and I was designing a fall program for you. I'm really quite proud of it. I think it's an intriguing idea. It's called 5 Fallacies, Fables, and Falsehoods. Fantastic. Thank you, Nancy Joy. And the idea it presents is that we have created lives and continue to create lives based upon some sweeping lies. Sometimes they are the lies of society. Sometimes they are the lies of religion. So we will explore the tool Unity calls denial as we explore whether or not we want to perpetuate the lies which we've been handed, or is it time to release them? What do you think? Does that sound like fun? How many can identify one of the lies even now? You already know what it is. This is a show of hands moment. Have you been told a lie? Mm-hmm. So I'm in my office, it's a couple weeks ago, and Nina is there, and I'm devising the series, and it left 1 week in question, and it was October 14th, and I just, you know, the print work was due, the posters were ready to be hung on the wall, the programs were ready to be distributed, and I just looked at Nina, and I said, Nina, she's with us this morning via internet. I said, Nina, is what I said. I'm having a hard time coming up with a topic for October 14th. I said, would you please just if you could choose a topic for me to address, what would it be? And she thought for, you know, maybe 15 seconds in that Nina way. You know, the eyes were closed. How many have had the eyes closed, Nina? Whew, let me tell you what. Whew, that's an experience. The eyes closed, Nina, and she said, your topic for October 14th. Topic for October 14th is It's Not My Fault. I said, great. So I wrote it on the program and put it on the posters and chose to move forward with a topic today called It's Not My Fault. Now, the week following that, we went to a retreat. It's called a Nehemiah retreat. And Nehemiah is a character in Hebrew scripture, a character in the Jewish Bible who was significant to the rebuilding of the temple during the Second Temple era, if you're familiar with any of this language. And the purpose of this retreat is to go to Unity Village, Missouri for 7 days and to provide hard physical labor on those stunning grounds. So I was proudly representing Unity and Lynnwood in Kansas City for the last 7 days. It's nice to be home where I can get some rest, quite frankly. And during my time there, I was reading a book. It's called The Physics of God. It's by an author whose name is Selby. And as I danced in this material, which was incredibly frustrating and marvelously inspiring, all at the same time, it was challenging and emancipating at the same time. I kept thinking, but I would like to talk about the physics of God. And yet here I am. I made this promise to Nina. But it was so exciting to me. It was so exciting to me, and I thought, you know what, I could just do it, and then I could come before you and say, well, I've changed the topic, it's all wrong, the print work is wrong, but it's not my fault. At which point I did fashion a bit of a lesson around the idea of it's not my fault, and I delivered it at 9 o'clock. I will not be delivering it at 11 o'clock. So yes, yet again, I am less prepared today than I was last week, and I stand proudly before you as such. The basic idea of that conversation is this. By the time I say it's not my fault, I have made a presumption, and the presumption is this. The presumption is that something is wrong, something is bad. I have ascribed a value to the it of the conversation, whatever the it is. I have called it bad. I mean, think about it. I just got a promotion. I'm making more money than God, and life is glorious, and it's not my fault, said no one ever. So in this lesson, we have ascribed value to something. Frankly, my friends, I don't think we have enough wisdom. I don't think we have achieved a striking enough spiritual perspective to ascribe some of the value of good and bad that we ascribe to the things and stuff of this world. Each one of us in this room surely can relate to wanting a thing, to desiring a thing, and to getting it. Only to realize, if I had that to do again. And I think each of us in this room can relate to the experience of wanting a thing, of desiring a thing, and not getting it. Only to say, thank you, God, for that gift. Oh, that was a hot mess I avoided right there. Yeah, I'm striking a little close to home here, aren't I? We ascribe value to things. It's not my fault. I have ascribed a value. What would life be like if we lived more like the farmer of the proverb who had the aging horse? Do you remember the tale I've told you before? He frees the horse to the fields where the horse can live out the last of its horse days in horse happiness. To which the villagers say, sad. And the farmer says, maybe. Next day, the horse returns with 10 young horse companions. And of course, the villagers say, happy. And the farmer says, maybe. The next day, his son is taming the horses. I said I wasn't going to do this talk, and yet here it comes. I don't know. I was simply going to offer a synopsis, and yet it seems to be falling out. I don't know. The son is training the horse. As he falls off, he breaks his leg. Of course, the villagers Sad. And the farmer says, maybe. The next day, the war erupts and all the young men are carted off to support the effort, and the villagers say, oh, happy. And the farmer says, maybe. What if we could live life more like that? Do you think there would be some value in that? Don't you think there would be some value in that? Finding a more expansive place. Because when we ascribe value to the it's of the human experience, it has been my experience that more times than not, the value we ascribe is directly derived from our addiction to immediate gratification. If it meets my egoic, desirous self in this moment, look how good God is. But when it doesn't, where did my God go? But what if the affirmation is true? What if the universe truly is conspiring you, both in moments of light and in moments of shadow? What if the universe truly is conspiring in every moment to your soul growth, development, and unfoldment? What if in the times of light and in the times of shadow, you could close your eyes and trust that? Because after we've ascribed value, it's been my experience that the next thing I do is I raise my defenses. So not only do I ascribe a value to the it's of this human experience, then I raise my defenses and begin to defend the smallness of it. And in the end, what's left? I simply reduce all possibility. It's not my fault. It's a bad thing. My defenses come up. So as a consciousness, I have created that limited aperture through which I perceive and give rise to my universe. I had the privilege this past week of handling the correspondence of James Dillett Freeman. Now, for those of you who are newer to Unity, James Dillett Freeman is a renowned poet, minister, speaker, teacher. He was the poet laureate for Unity as a movement. He is the only poet in the history of humankind to have 2 poems taken to the moon. Each on its own mission. Two separate missions. You didn't know that? Well, there we go. Now you know. It's not your fault. I bet you're not going to defend that, though, are you? It's not my fault. Let me stay open. Let me stay open here. I'd like to share one with you this morning. Mr. Freeman, I'm familiar with a correspondence that came from an editor to Mr. Freeman, and I would like to paraphrase that correspondence because I think it speaks to this topic. I mean, how easy would it have been to have ascribed a value to this sort of correspondence, to take it very personally, and then to begin to defend. And when we defend, we create a narrow place of possibility and consciousness. We're locked into our defensiveness instead of expanding to our creativity. How easy would it have been when he received a letter from an editor that basically said this, you have some pretty words. Don't quit your day job. That's my summary. And so I handled some, I would guess 20 years of correspondence, both to and from this noble gentleman. What a privilege it was to be immersed in his wisdom, to be quite saturated with his consciousness and blessed with his thought. Take a deep breath. I'd like to share with you a poem. I have to wonder if he had bought into ascribing that value and defending, if he could have given rise to a piece such as this. It says, "Do you need me? I am there. You can't see me, yet I am the light you see by. You can't hear me, and yet I speak through your voice. You can't feel me, yet I'm the power at work through your hands. I'm at work, even though you don't understand my ways. I'm at work, even when you don't recognize my works. I'm not strange visions. I'm not mysteries. Only in absolute stillness. Beyond self can you know me as I am. And then, but as a feeling, but as a faith. And yet I'm there. And yet I hear. And yet I respond. When you need me, I am there. Even if you deny me, I'm there. Even when you feel most alone, I am there. Even in your fears, I am there. And even in moments of pain, I am there. I'm there when you pray, and I'm there when you don't pray. I am in you, and you are in me. It's only in your mind that you can feel separate from me, for only in your mind are the mists of yours and mine. And yet only with your mind can you know me and experience me. So empty your heart of empty fears. When you get yourself out of the way, I am there. You of yourself can do nothing, but I can do all. I am in all. Though you may not see the good, good is there, because I'm there. I'm there because I have to be, because I am. Only in me does the world have meaning. Only from me does the world take form. Only because of me does the world go forward. I am the law on which the movement of the stars and the growth of living cells is founded. I am the love that is the law's fulfilling. I am assurance. I am peace. I am oneness. I am the law that you can live by. I am the love that you can cling to. I am your assurance. I am your peace. I am one with you. I am. And though you might fail to find me, I do not fail you. And though your faith in me might be unsure, my faith in you never wavers. Because I know you. And because I love you. Because I am there. the saints, the sages, the mystics of the world's religions from the very beginning have described a realm. They refer to it as being timeless. They refer to it as being a realm of unity, a realm indivisible from itself. They describe it as being a realm that is eternal. They describe it as being a realm that is beautiful beyond belief. And in my book this week, the quantum theory is rising to say there is a realm. There is a realm verifiable by math itself. That's a realm of timelessness, a realm of profound oneness, a realm of infinite beauty. The quantum theory would go on to say that there are two of you sitting here today. Mr. Fillmore would say it this way. He would say that there is the spiritual of us and that there is the human of us. Sometimes he called it Adamic man, referring, of course, to the Adam of Hebrew scriptures. Mr. Fillmore would say there are two of you sitting here. Quantum physics would say there are two of you sitting here. What is he saying to me? Quantum physics, quantum theory would say that there is this you that I see. There is this bodily you. There is this holographic three-dimensional you that is, and I quote, energy parading as matter, pretending to have surfaces, pretending to be separate, pretending to have birth and death. And then there is the spiritual you. There is the two-dimensional energetic you. And the degree to which we orient away from that three-dimensional holographic self and orient instead toward that energetic self is the degree to which we give rise to its full impact and potential in our human lives. Quantum theory is saying that your capacity to make a difference in your world by virtue of thought, by virtue of consciousness, your capacity to make a difference in your own body is no longer theory. Science and the wisdom of the saints and the sages and the mystics coming together. Wow. How exciting is that? He goes on to say that through the eons, through every religious tradition, the commonality is this: to turn from that three-dimensional holographic self, to turn from that self that is the effect of the true you, the physical expression that sits in this room today, and to turn toward that truer, two-dimensional, pure, energetic self of infinite potential. It was Heisenberg who called this realm potentia. You're made of potentia. Is realized through practice. And that practice is quite simply the practice of being quiet. Have you ever thought of being quiet as a practice to realize the highest potentials of you? Today's your lucky day. So let's close our eyes together and let's engage in just such a practice. We'll take a couple minutes. And we make our bodies comfortable. Why do we make our bodies comfortable? Because it is a realm of awareness. It is a realm of self beyond the physical body to which we aspire. In brotherhood and sisterhood with all saints and sages from every tradition. The Chinese might describe this higher self as Qi, the Greeks as Ka, the Christians as Holy Spirit, perhaps. But it's the same. So we just follow the breath to that expansive inner realm that knows that there are higher truths than those which can be revealed by these clunky 5 sensory cans we drag around.
I breathe in, I breathe out, I take in, I give out, I let love, I let go, I release. And I know I forgive, I receive, I can feel, I believe, I am healed, I am whole, I release, and I know. Breathe, 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 breathe. No need to push, no need to try, no need to worry or question why. Surrender, let go, release, and know.
Let's bring our attention back. How good it is to be. Oh, how good it is to be, and how good it is to be together, don't you think? So if you're like me, there's a rising sense of gratitude. And so we allow that to be. We call it forth. We imagine it joining with the gratitude of those who sit to our right, the gratitude of those who sit to our left. Indeed, we imagine it joining with the gratitude of those before us, the gratitude of those behind us, until it becomes, oh, such a gratitude of imagined light, imagined resplendence, that it becomes a beacon of something good. It becomes a beacon of something true for all who have the spiritual eyes to see it. And we do not leave this consciousness here, for this is where we practice, but we carry it forth back into a world that longs to remember something of a light amidst the apparition of shadow. How good it is. And amen.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you, musicians. It was all beautiful. We're blessed. At this time in our Sunday, we want to provide opportunity for all of us who may be feeling quite fed and nourished to offer something back to our community in the way of our financial gifts. As you're preparing your gifts, your love offerings, I will share a quote this morning from Maya Angelou. A devoted, well, we know her mostly, I believe, as an author, actress, screenwriter, dancer, poet, and civil rights activist. I don't know if you all know that she was a student and a voice for unity throughout most of her adulthood, and I just think that's kind of cool. These are words from Maya. When we give cheerfully and accept gratefully, everyone is blessed. I would also like to acknowledge our gratitude to our online community for your donations made through our live stream and our website. Thank you.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen.
And will everyone join me, please, in an offering affirmation that is on our screen? God is my source, God is our source, and that source supports the evolving, unfolding, soul-stirring idea that is unity in Lynnwood in miraculous ways. And we shine. Thank you, and so it is. This is a spot in our morning when we pause, too, just to acknowledge people who might be here for the first time trying us out. We love to welcome new folks here, so if you wouldn't mind raising your hand to let us know you're new, we can just say a quick hello. Thank you. Wonderful. Just to orient you a little bit, you may have already spotted a newcomer's information card in the back of the chair in front of you, which shares a bit about who we are. There is a DVD to the left of the door as you exit on the wall rack there that shows you some examples of us having a good time. We have a lot of good times here. And there's also a stay in touch card in the back of the chair there. If you'd like to be on our mailing list, then we send out, it's only a couple of emails a month, and it would let you stay in the loop and find out about the kinds of fun things that are going on here. So glad you're with us. I do have a few announcements. For registrations and details regarding all events, please do visit the welcome and information station right in the back corner there. I want to mention that today's flowers are dedicated to Ellen and Dawn Snow, dedicated by Ellen and Dawn Snow in memory of their son Larry and daughter-in-law Denise. We will never forget you. And we are showing the picture. They were here with us first service. Interfaith at Unity in Lynnwood invites you to 3 events this week. Register online for our second Dinner with Others event for Wednesday evening, hosted by Rabbi Ted Falcon and by myself. The topic this time is what divides us. And on Saturday, join Rabbi Ted for Spiritual Saturdays and Bishop Kathy Chalmers for her inclusive Mass and Eucharist, open to those of all faith traditions and those of no faith tradition whatsoever. And if you have never experienced a Mass, what a wonderful opportunity to find out what that's about. Have you experienced the power of music to quickly take you to your heart space? Unity in Lynnwood Small Group Ministry offers a new event called Connection Through Music. Come experience the joy of singing through simple songs and chants and learn ways to use music to ground, calm, energize, and release. This is open to all. No singing experience is necessary, and it's facilitated by Welaine Sharples. Thank you very much, Welaine, for stepping up and for your creativity and willingness to do that. Welaine would like us to register back at the Welcome and Information Station so she has an idea how many might be coming. On Saturday, November 3rd, and I might mention that that is a change from what appears on the written calendar. This event is now happening on November 3rd. Our grounds team leader, Cheryl Jones, will be putting our grounds to bed for winter. Please register and please bring gloves. Lunch will be provided. And I do want to mention, we often mention to our 11 o'clock visitors that we have a shuttle service here at 11. I also particularly want to talk about the shuttle for Wednesday night. Our dinner starts at 7. It's a crazy busy traffic time around this area that time of the day. And Len and his crew will be out for us that evening. Will it begin at 6, Len? Wonderful. The shuttle begins at 6, and I'm especially suggesting people who might be in service, helping to set up, table hosts, folks coming early. There's a shuttle service available for us. We have another activity going on in this building that evening, so it is a crunch. Thank you. And in closing, is Terry Kulfa still in the room? Oh, good. Come, Terry. She wants to talk with us a little bit, and I have a question first, though. I want to know from an official source, do you say gala or gala?
I say gala, but you can say gala.
Well, I say gala, so I'll stick with it. But I thought if you said gala, I would consider changing my position on that.
Any way you want to say
Okay.
That's good.
So happy to have you.
Thank you so much. So you saw the bit about the calendar, so that in itself will be worth the price of admission to see that live auction. I can't wait to see, and my husband's going to be in precipice. He'll have to buy his way out of that. So, okay, first I want to say thank you so much to everybody who's already been contributing to the auction through sponsorships, through donations. We've been getting some wonderful donations, so there will be some great stuff to bid on. Volunteers, we have the prayer chaplains have been praying for us. Everybody who's already purchased a ticket, thank you so much. If you have not yet purchased a ticket, we actually have some of Pat's famous candy that she dropped off some samples. If you buy a ticket today, you get to have a candy sample. And believe me, it's delicious. Sandy and I were taking, and of course, I have to thank Sandy because she has borne the brunt of prepping this auction this year because I had some other things come up. She has done an amazing job. So, so today is the last day for at least turning in your procurement form. So if you have an item to donate, even if you don't have it today, please make sure we have the form. We've got a lot of preparation to do to get everything set up for the auction. So we at least want to know what we're going to have so we can start those preparations. And finally, the shuttle service will also be working for the auction. So you can, if the parking lot's full, we'll have the shuttle available. And we hope to see everyone there.
And I think it deserves to be spoken that while it's a great party and great fun, the nuts and bolts of the event are that this is an important budgetary piece for this community. We plan one major financial fundraising event every year. Your presence and your support is greatly appreciated as we seek to always maintain healthy finances and to function responsibly. You have done an awesome job.
And what a great way to donate to the church, and you get to go home and take a fun thing with you with your donation.
I believe in fun things. And the shuttle that night will be an actual van, I promise. Lynn is carting people back and forth in my Prius this morning.
Well, that's lovely.
And it has both bumpers. Thank you. I was not attached, but glad to hear it. May I say one more thing? Nancy Joy, may I see you for a moment, please? There are people here who would like to give you a gift. Would you be willing to accept it?
She's shy. She doesn't like to get up in front of people.
I know. Would you tell us a little bit about what the people have done here?
Oh, microphone.
This is from the congregation. These were supplied by a lot of your women here. They're scarves. Rosalie and I put this together, and so you get to open this and take a look. Just tear the paper off. Go ahead, just tear it off.
Oh my God.
There you go. We love you so much, and we love all the readings that you've done for us, and we just wanted to show you.
It's totally my honor. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Linda just said it. She thinks I'll have to wear a slipper.
For sure. Well, for all these and all good things happening, there is a lot that happens. I noticed somebody came over and stole something right off the podium. I didn't want you to think you could get that one right by me.
Well, time was short. I was thinking it would be fun to do a prosperity visualization for those who, just, because, doesn't that look good?
It's a little much.
It's a little much?
A little much. It makes a much better paperweight.
I don't know. Oneness. God. Love each other. I don't know. I think it works. No?
Oh. Oh, you might check us out on our Facebook page or our web page. There's just a lot of good stuff that goes on at Unity in Lynnwood, day in, day out.
Sing our peace song. Let begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace be with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me.
Oh, we close our time together by speaking these closing words of benediction together. There is one power and one presence in, through, and around all creation. So we go forth as the eyes of divine love, as the tongues of divine wisdom, as the hands of divine sufficiency, and the bold and ready hearts of divine life. Have a blessed week.